fact you guys are able to get on the road after a tough homestand, how much do you think that might help, even just mentally?
Yeah, listen, sometimes you're on the road, it's just you and your teammates. I think that can be a good thing. Listen, the record wasn't what we wanted, but there was some good hockey mixed in on that. Like our offensive parts of our game are really coming. I like that part. Compared to maybe earlier in the year, we were inconsistent. Scored a little against Calgary and Boston. Then we play Seattle. We play, I forget who it was, San Jose game. Like we weren't generating a lot. I feel like that part of it's coming. We're just not finishing as well as we'd like, especially in the overtimes. Both of them could have went our way very easily. They didn't. So we're leaving, like I said, not with the points, but parts of our game that are better. So if that can translate here. I know St. Louis has had some issues keeping it out of their nets, so holding leads. So let's make sure we try to take advantage of a team that could be fragile. It's a little early in the year to be that, but you could be. And so let's try to play with the lead. Let's do a bench interview, Jamie, where we actually have the lead for once. How about that?
I don't get to do those on the road.
No? All right.
I will.
Okay.
Take it personal.
Yeah, seriously, it might be me. Besides obviously getting 2 victories, what else are your goals, or what are you hoping to accomplish over the next couple of games?
Well, special teams. We'd like to win that battle. That's where I think we've gotten our 5-on-5 offensive game going. We're getting some production. Let's win the special teams battle. That's one thing that we had done a better job earlier in the year. So that one area. And then, as I just said, I'm joking, but I'm not. Let's play with the lead. Let's have the lead in the second period. See how they respond. And it just allows you to use everybody, especially if you're playing 3 and 4 nights. We're back-to-back. We're playing tomorrow. So the more we can balance the minutes, the better off we'll be.
Now that you've had some time to kind of look back at the tape and everything, what have you made of Braeden Bowman's first NHL game?
He did some good things on the walls. He's positionally sound, responsible player away from the puck, reloads well. I think he'll complement whatever center he's with because he's got some composure on the wall. He's a big enough guy, right? You forget he's 6'2", 200 pounds. So that part, I liked him in the power play spot. He took it to the net, made a few plays. He'll get more comfortable the more reps he gets there. So I thought there was a lot to like for a young guy, but in this league, it's 82 times a year, right? So you got to, kind of put that one behind you and get ready to keep building on what you did and be better the next night.
Kind of hearing the same grumbling in the dressing room about guys not being happy with the way the team is playing defensively right now. How do they get out of that funk, if you want to call it that?
I don't think we're poor defensively at all. We've had stretches where we could be better, but I don't think that part of our game is what bothered me as much at first. The odd attention to detail for sure. It was taking care of the puck. It was generating offense. There was long stretches we weren't. So I hope they're saying that because as a coach, that's what you like to hear. You want them to be even tighter defensively. We've got 2 young goalies in there, and you can't put them in positions where you're relying on them to make a number of key saves. They got to make some. It's the NHL. That's what's in front of them. But if we can do a better job, little better job, maybe take away 2 or 3 extra chances. Like the other night, the shorthanded chances. Like those are the ones we should clean up, and it costs us in overtime, right? So there's a couple of 2-on-1s there, and where you don't have to stress them out. But I think our overall game's not bad. That part of it. And it's going to have to be tonight. St. Louis got good weapons, so but we'll keep working on that.
Back where it all began for you, is it still special coming here after all those years?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always will be special. Spent some years over here, just from game 1 and just learning my way basically. So it's always nice to come back here.
You just played your 600th game not too long ago, but when you think back to those first few weeks just trying to crack into the league, what do you remember?
It's always special to get called up. I remember those days definitely, and just a warm welcome from the teammates back then, and grinding through 600 games now. So a lot of fun happened through that time, and hopefully it just continues.
Was there anyone on that Blues team back then that was kind of a mentor to you, or somebody that helped you feel a little more comfortable?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was probably number 1 guy was Vladimir Tarasenko. I've spent a lot of times with him in St. Louis, probably for 7 years. my whole time. So yeah, he was there for me every single day. Just teaching and just helping me out off the ice as well.
Now, thinking about a guy who just played his first NHL game with Braeden Bowman, what'd you make of his first time out there?
Yeah, I mean, he was great for us. I think he made a big impact. I think he was all over the place, breaking the pucks out, being good in the forecheck, and, he was actually playing on the first power play. And, I think he did some really good things, just trying to take the pucks to the net.
Pretty impressive, right, to see him have that kind of poise. I'm sure he was nervous right away, but he looked like he settled in pretty quickly.
Yeah, he actually looks really fine. I remember my game that didn't go really well, but he looked good. He had some chances, and hopefully he scores tonight too.
Have you had a chance to talk to him and maybe be a mentor yourself to a guy like him?
Well, I mean, he was sitting next to me in the locker room before game one, and just a little chat. But I think every single guy in this locker room, talked to him, probably gave him some advices. So maybe that's why he looked really comfortable out there.
Okay, now just kind of thinking about the road trip, the fact that you guys had a pretty tough homestand and getting messed with here. It looks like you guys are still pretty loose. Can getting on the road help after a homestand like that?
Well, I mean, we've been struggling a little bit, but I think some areas of our game is getting better, and that's a positive things we can look forward to. The game against the Islanders, we did a lot of good things. We just lost in overtime. So the group is pretty loose right now. We just got to be a little bit better. Trying to score some goals, and hopefully, we got to be there for our goalie too.
What areas do you pinpoint, Barbie, that you need to be better as a group? I mean, the wins have been hard to come by. You look at what areas as a team.
Defense, I think we do give up some goals, 5-on-5, and I think this special teams, those usually can help you win some games.
So now that you've had some time to digest how everything went, how would you kind of assess the first game and what will you remember?
It was a really cool experience, being able to take the rookie lap and just being on the ice with some of those players. It's really incredible. I think I'm just going to remember most my family being in town and being able to share that moment with them.
Did you learn, well, I'm sure you learned a lot, but what were some of the things that you learned in that first game?
Just got to move your feet. You got to always be skating, got to be head up. All the stuff they always say, but once you're out there, it's really, for sure, you got to have your head up and be skating because there's really no other options. So, yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to take from that.
Different pace altogether?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, pace is always fast in those games, and I really felt it there. It was really fun to be a part of.
Who's somebody that's been especially helpful here in the first few days?
Honestly, there's a number of guys, there's a list of guys, Huddy, Corsi, Nabber, all those guys. Sis has been unreal. Jack and Marner have been super nice talking me through it. Smitty too, Howds, everybody. So pretty much every single person on the team, I could list everyone. But yeah, everyone's been super helpful, all the staff as well. So
Awesome. It looked like you really tried to make it a mission to generate offense, jam away in front of the net, and create some chances. Is that just your game at all levels that you're just trying to really implement here as well?
Yeah, I think just being around the net is a big part of my game. Just kind of find those loose pucks, take it to those areas that are, you got to pay a price to get there, but sometimes you get rewarded. So hopefully, continue to do that.
How about on the power play? Like in that spot, is that a comfortable spot for you, or are you usually in different areas?
Yeah, I'm comfortable down there. I feel like they make it pretty easy. The guys that are out there, they draw a lot of guys to them. So once I have the puck, I had a little bit of time, and I thought I could take a couple of the net there, but it's going to be a different PK tonight, so we'll see what happens out there, and hopefully we can make something happen.
What's the coolest text you got after your debut? Who is it from?
Honestly, there were so many. I can't really think of a cool one, but
Like, was there someone that surprised you that reached out?
Old coaches, old teammates. Yeah, I mean, maybe my old Bantam coach. I haven't really talked to him in like a really long time, and I saw he was there. A couple of coaches that I never really even played for, I just played against them. They texted me too, so yeah, it was a bunch of support. It was really awesome.
Yeah. How many texts do you think, if you had to guess, did you get?
Honestly, like I don't even know, 300, 400 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, like Instagram DMs plus texts, like everything. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Thanks so much. Good
Thank
luck
you.
tonight.